Every gilded cage is built with walls of comfort. The only question is what you're paying for them.
Hey there, and welcome. Today we're going to talk about the invisible forces that are constantly shaping what you want, what you buy, and maybe even what you believe. It's like there's an architecture of desire all around us, and its blueprints are hidden in plain sight. I mean, think about it for a second. You're just scrolling, minding your own business, you see an ad, and then bam, suddenly you have this intense urge, this need for something that you literally weren't even thinking about a minute ago. So, where did that desire actually come from? Yeah, that impulse? That wasn't some random fluke. It was the very intentional end result of a calculated process. It's not magic, it's a science. And it's all part of a deliberate architecture of influence. And this all leads us to a really big, fundamental question. In a world that is so carefully engineered to guide our decisions, how free are we, really?
It's like this. You get to pick this smartphone or that one, this brand of coffee or that brand of coffee. We're flooded with all these trivial options, and it creates this amazing feeling of having control, of having agency. But that feeling is actually a powerful distraction. It's masking the fact that the bigger, more important choices, the very framework for your decisions, have often been made for you, long before you even feel the urge to choose.
So, how does this whole architecture actually work? Well, it starts by targeting the most vulnerable system there is, your own mind. We're not talking about hacking computers here. We're talking about hacking the human operating system. You know that little rush you get from a notification, a like, a share? Each one is a tiny, unpredictable reward that triggers a little hit of a chemical called dopamine in your brain. This creates a really powerful reinforcement cycle, a dopamine loop. You know, it's the exact same mechanism that makes slot machines so addictive. And it is intentionally, deliberately built into the architecture of your digital life to keep you coming back for more. This whole system works so well because it exploits our brain's own built-in shortcuts, or biases. Algorithms feed your confirmation bias, showing you more and more of what you already believe. They weaponize what's called pluralistic ignorance. You know that feeling where you stay quiet in a group because you assume you're the only one who disagrees? Yeah, that. And they go right after our primal need to belong, which is so powerful that we'll often just ignore our own values to fit in. And what's wild is that even our best qualities can be turned against us. Manipulators are experts at weaponizing empathy. They can convince you that setting a boundary is somehow selfish. They reframe kindness as something that should have no limits, which, when you think about it, isn't kindness at all. It's just surrender. Okay, so we've seen how our internal psychology gets hacked. Now let's zoom out and look at the massive external system that's been built to exploit it. Welcome to an entire economy built on the architecture of control. You see, the whole economic model has changed. The old economy was pretty straightforward. It was about fulfilling the desires you already had. But this new intention economy, it's not interested in just responding to you. Its goal is to infer, to anticipate, and ultimately to shape what you want in the first place. The product they're selling isn't just a thing anymore. The product is a prediction of your future behavior, and it's sold to the highest bidder. The engine driving all of this actually has a name: surveillance capitalism. The term was coined by the scholar Shoshana Zuboff, and it perfectly describes how our daily lives, our clicks, our conversations, even how long we pause on a web page, are just claimed as free raw material. This data is fed into machines to create these prediction products, building this massive global system of behavior modification that operates almost entirely in the shadows. And if you think this is all abstract, the consequences are very, very real. $25.6 million. That's how much a finance worker was tricked into transferring after a deepfake video call with AI clones of his company's senior executives. This stuff is no longer science fiction. It's a tool for massive, high-stakes fraud right now.
And this technology goes way beyond just trying to sell you something. It's now being used to engineer entire narratives, entire belief systems, and our very perception of reality on a massive scale.
I mean, look at how the quest for influence has evolved. It started with these clandestine, totally unethical MKUltra experiments by the CIA. Then came the first algorithmic news feeds that started curating what information we saw. Now we have AI-driven nudging on a personal level, and Like we saw in 2024, AI robocalls that can impersonate political leaders to try and suppress votes. The tools have become infinitely more sophisticated and scalable.
The fascinating thing is the goals of psychological operations haven't really changed that much, but the methods have been absolutely supercharged. Where MKUltra tried to promote illogical thinking in individuals, AI can now automate the spread of conspiracies to millions. The old goal of inducing doubt is now digital gaslighting, where records can literally be altered to make you question your own memory. The techniques are the same, but they've evolved into scalable digital weapons.
And we've seen this play out all over the world. There was a fake video of Ukrainian President Zelensky ordering his troops to surrender, specifically designed to break morale. We see AI-generated audio clips of political leaders used to smear them right before an election. The goal is simple: sow the maximal amount of confusion and just completely erode trust in everything you see and hear. So, all of this, it brings us to a really profound and honestly a deeply unsettling question. In a world that's designed to manufacture our desires before we're even aware we have them, what on earth can consent possibly mean?
I mean, if a system knows what you're going to do, sometimes even better than you do.
And that exact same system is actively working to engineer what you want in the first place. Then how can our consent ever be truly informed? If our very intentions are the product being manufactured and sold, and it's happening through this pervasive, undetectable influence, the line between persuasion and manipulation has all but vanished. So what's the path forward? Is there one? Well, one emerging idea is this concept of Neurorights. You can think of them as a totally new class of human rights, and they're specifically designed to safeguard our inner world, our cognitive liberty, our mental privacy, our very sense of self from the misuse of these incredibly powerful technologies. But laws by themselves might not be enough. This system is designed to make us so dependent on it for information, for connection, for validation, that we can't even picture an alternative. So the ultimate question isn't just about what they're doing to us, but about what we're willing to do for ourselves. The system survives by making it impossible to imagine living differently. So let me ask you, can you?